Aston Villa 0, Newcastle 4. My thoughts on the game at the weekend. So going into the game Saturday, I was optimistic. I thought, oh, we could get some in here. Possibly if we played well and compact, we could probably nick a draw. But that wasn't the case. I thought the first 20 to 30 minutes, we played okay. We had a few chances, got into a few decent areas. But the front three weren't linking up properly. And Buendia in behind wasn't playing that final through pass correctly. He wasn't finding the man. Bailey looked good on the left, but then halfway through that first half, he went onto the right-hand side. And Newcastle just nullified us. We couldn't create anything. Once the penalty took place, it was a stonewall pen for me. Ashley Young's gone across. It's hit his hand from the shot. It's a stonewall penalty. Once the penalty happened, that was it then. Villa were just totally out of the game. Newcastle outplayed us. Their defence, that four, was so solid and compact when we broke forward. We kept losing the ball. And then once they set off in transition, we couldn't keep up with them. We couldn't stop them. And their Villa players' heads went down after the first goal for me. Their mentality went down. It was totally different to Brentford. He scored 3 goals in 15 minutes. Their mentality was high. It was just easy after that. Once going 1-0 down, the heads just dropped. And it was so poor. Some of the defending was so poor. We couldn't keep hold of Wilson. He was making runs off Mings and Konza. We couldn't track him at all. Almiron was just causing havoc on Ashley Young. That first half and the second half as well. Trippier overloading, so when they went into a free with Byrne, Botman and Shard, they go into a free and Trippier would overload on the right. Bailey, when he was on the left, wasn't tracking that back. So that led to a 2v1 on Ashley Young. And you could see it from the first 10 minutes. They just kept getting that overload on the right. Trippier and Almiron were working it and just putting balls into the box. I think Callum Wilson had a header after 10 minutes. He just headed over the bar. And from that point, we just couldn't stop it. We didn't work out a strategy to stop that. And the 4-0 was thoroughly deserved. It could have been 5, 6, 7. It was that bad. Yeah, the second half, the mentality and the head dropping just wasn't good enough. And now, after last Sunday and the highs, it just went from here straight back down to here, and another reality check about some of this squad just isn't good enough and how we're so desperate for a tactician. So we can have varying tactics against varying teams. We had the same lineup as we did against Brentford. Maybe that was a bit of naivety from Danks. You know, you're going away to St James's Park. It's totally different to playing at home against Brentford. Maybe we should have been more compact through the middle. Maybe Ashley Young shouldn't have played that because he'd played so many games recently and he's a 37-year-old. You know, it's going to catch up on him. Maybe Lucas Digne should have come into the side. Maybe we should have changed Emi Buendia playing. For all his effort, his physicality is just not there. And you could see throughout the game, Longstaff, Willock's ball carrying was so important for them as well. It was so good. Willock, Longstaff and Bruno Guimaraes were just overloading our midfield too. Douglas Luiz and Dendoncker couldn't keep up in pace. And our dual statistics this season in tackles and interception are quite high. We ranked like 5th or 6th. But this game, all the 50-50 duels, we were losing them. We were just getting overrun. And that's credit to Newcastle and Eddie Howe. He's doing a fantastic job. The way he's improved that side is just unbelievable. They're so good. And that's something we need to look on and we need to take examples from, because they're the benchmark. They're the standard. From not winning a game last season until, I think it was December or January, till points from that point to the end of that season, they would have come 3rd in the league. And now they're flying high top 4 and they've just continued the progress. That's something we really need to look at as Villa fans and as Villa as a whole, really. The structure of that club, how the correct decisions are being made up top and then filtered down into the team and the management, and the tactics are spot on. Yeah, it's something else, that game was. Joe Linton just operating off the left. Joe Linton playing virtually all over, centre mid, DM on the left. He's just so fluid in the positions he can play. from a man who wasn't rated a year and a half ago, wasn't, 40 million down the drain, and now he's just a revelation. Miguel were on another one last season. Grealish made those stupid comments regarding Mahrez coming off and saying he was playing like Almiron, and he's just totally different. I think some of our players need that, a high-profile player to take the mick out of them, and then they might show a bit more grit and mentality in the way they play. And yeah, he's just one of those. But today or tomorrow, Unai Emery will be coming in. He's got a huge job on his hands, a huge job. Firstly, just, are the players good enough for him? We'll find out. He's got 2 games before the World Cup, and then he's got the Boxing Day, and then another game after that, and then it's January transfer window. There's rumours he's got money to spend. Hopefully he's got a bit of money to spend, but there were reports in the summer that it'd be 1 in, 1 out. So whether he can manoeuvre with that, whether the owners will just give him a bit of licence to spend some money. It's going to take time, Villa fans. It's going to take a lot of time, and we need to give him that time. It's the first time in my lifetime we've signed an elite manager who's come in, who's won, who has those honours to their record. It's ridiculous. He's just another level to your Martin O'Neill's, your Paul Lamberts. Di Matteo had a record, but he'd only done it for 6 months at Chelsea, and then that proved to be a failure. He wasn't good enough, and now he's out of a job. So yeah, we have to give Unai Emery some time. Really do, just so he can get his players in, get his ideas in, get rid of the deadwood that he doesn't want at the club. It's going to take time, so don't start expecting with the fixture run coming up, and if it's getting bad, just keep supporting the team. And that's a big thing for us Villa fans now. We've got to be supportive at home games. The atmosphere's got to go up another level now. Every game, not just the games we're winning. When we're losing, we have to keep the atmosphere up. It's important that we support the team through thick and thin. Yeah, that's it really. I'm just excited Unai's in. I am hoping now that the footballing decisions are not Perslow's as much now. He's had his opportunity with getting Gerrard in. That was his man, and it's failed miserably. So hopefully that's left to the footballing people, your Johan Langers, whoever Emery wants to bring in as well. Just a fresh start. No footballing decisions by Perslow. He can stick to the commercial side of things, which he's doing very well at, I think, at the minute. And yeah, we can just hope for improvements, but it's going to take time. Stick with it, Villa fans. If you like this, like, comment, let me know your thoughts about how you think things will go. Are you happy with the Unai Emery appointment? Because I am. It's actually a very good footballing decision from the club, and long may it continue. Hopefully he gets the backing he needs. And yeah, if you like my content, subscribe and share. Cheers.